How y'all doing? Let's go over what's going on with the bankruptcies, November bankruptcies. What happened today? Spirit is filing for bankruptcy. So Spirit had financial problems. They couldn't compete and they had issues paying off their debt. Is Spirit competitive? For sure. They got some of the best pricing. Are they able to fill up their plane? They are able to fill up their plane, but they're still not making money. Why? Why do I think Spirit lost? Because you're too picky with those bags. You set a lot of people with the bad taste in their mouth when you got picky with them with those bags. I've been on Spirit Airline a lot of times, and I have seen them making the biggest issue, making people pay $100 to $200 more for a ticket for those bags. And when you're struggling as an airline and you want to get that $100, $200, put that on the initial price, don't get them at the ticket counter. And Spirit had tried to merge with Frontier and JetBlue, but that didn't work out. Another failed merger attempt. They had issues with their engines. And since the pandemic, they blamed the pandemic and they've been struggling to recover. Spirit, how does an airline fail these days? They're always full. When I ever go, they're full. And still, Spirit is going to keep doing their normal operations. They're going to do their flights. They're going to do their booking. And they're going to keep getting you at the ticket counter with that under $200 baggage fee. Take it off. So Spirit is planning a restructuring in 2025. You want to make money on that plane? Remember, I think airlines are kind of slow. Look at Soul Plane. That's the ticket. You want to sell stuff on Spirit, get the prices lower, and sell food that people can't refuse. Fried chicken, pizza, stuff that people will buy. You want to make money. You want to sell the credit card. You want to sell food on the plane. Make it cheaper in an inflation environment. Lower your prices, and you'll sell out. A lot of that stuff I know is wasted on that plane because you charge those guys $100, $200 on that seat. You could have charged on the front end because your prices are still too low. You have all these little issues that where you're not looking after the customer. And what happens? That customer say, hey man, next time I take a flight, I'm just going to pay $50 more and get on United. $50 more and get on American Airlines. I'll pay $100 more, go on a better flight. Unless we take 2 check bags and 2 carry-ons. And another huge bankruptcy, TGI Fridays, right? Who doesn't love TGI Fridays? When me and all my street friends, the ones that are always wearing do-rags, I didn't like to wear do-rags. I thought that was too much cultural appropriation. I'm not big into the do-rag, and I don't have anything to do-rag on, but we'd all go to TGI Fridays, hang out, chill, and watch either sports or just lay around because there's nothing else to do on a Friday, Saturday in the suburbs other than TGI Fridays. How do you lose money when the place is always full? People are always going there. What are you doing? Their locations, rentals, costs are high. And I totally believe it because they have prime locations and probably they're getting burnt on the rent. I wish I could have a spot. Food spot. I've always wanted a food spot, but every time I look at the rent, they're like 10 grand, 20 grand, 30 grand, 7 grand, 8 grand. I got to pay for inventory. I got to pay for employees. I got to pay for overhead. I got to pay all the loans I take to start the sell. What are you talking? How many baby back ribs I got to sell to keep this baby going? Declining foot traffic is another issue they have. You're telling me people are too lazy now. They're too fat. They just want to do drive-through, right? If they're saying they're getting competition from who? Drive-through? They're willing to walk into other places, but not TGI Fridays. So what are TGI Fridays doing that's making them not want to walk through that place? Make the doors bigger, man. Reorganize it. Make it more casual restaurant dining. Sit down. Maybe people don't want to sit down no more. They don't want to tip no more. It's a simple thing. You got the space. Handle it with grace. Fast casual dining, right? People want to go to Chipotle or Five Guys, places where they can get in and out. They don't have to tip. They don't have to wait on their food because the world just wants their stuff. They want to go out. They do not want to be sitting down tipping somebody when the food prices have doubled or tripled in certain places. You even go to Taco Bell or McDonald's, you're paying $13, $20, right? And you sit down at TGI Fridays, you're going to buy the same stuff. You're going to spend $30, $40, $50. Forget going with people. You go in there, you're like, hey, at least it's not bonefish yet. You can always look at it that way. But hey, TGI Fridays could have solved these problems. Do not get stuck in your ways in a business. Do what you got to compete with the next person next to you. If you know that's the problem, why didn't you solve it? Why did you solve it? Why did you sit there and do exactly what you wanted to do? And you did not listen to the reasons that you think were the problem. What did you do to solve it? Nothing. Now, me and all my street friends got nowhere to go. We got nowhere to go. Where are we going to go? We're going to sit next to our car and do what? Share food, go to food trucks. So people going to faster, more affordable food and TGI can't keep up. Then what about the ones that are keeping up? What about the stores that people are going into and eating and sitting down and eating? Well, are they all shutting down or just TGI Fridays? What is it, TGI Fridays? Is it that one like in that gray area that's kind of like a fast food place but really not worth the sit down? That people are like, well, instead of TGI Fridays, I'll go to this other casual sit down place, right? I'll go to like Outback Steakhouse or Coastal Flats or Tijuana Flats. I think Tijuana Flats is bankrupt too. And we got a lot of bankruptcies, a lot of stores closing. When in the economy, when people are willing to spend and spend and spend, use that credit card to the max, go into debt with it. We got stores closing. I always see people out. I always see people eat. I always see Uber Eats. You go into any drive-through, go at 10 o'clock, you're going to see 2-3 cars coming through there with Uber Eats orders, sitting there for 30-40 minutes, and they're getting 30-40 orders. So TGI Friday is going to try and recreate themselves. They're going to try to streamline their order system, try to fix things, try to make things better. But hey, you're going for bankruptcy. You're going to need no more money to shut down the stores that are doing the worst. And you're going to have to keep the ones that are efficient, try to redo them, renovate them, and let's see if it works. But looks like you're headed downhill. Your stock is plummeting. And what does that mean? Massive losses. People are losing faith in your company. We might just see TGI Fridays turn into one of those Chuck E. Cheese places? Not Chuck E. Cheese, but what's that? What's that pizza place? Turn into a Little Caesars type place maybe? Or it maybe look like a configuration like a Five Guys or like a Chipotle type place. We'll see. I guess they're downsizing. No more waiters. No more waiters no more. Everybody's got to order at the counter and sit on the table. Bankruptcies. Bankruptcies are down. 49 bankruptcies in October. In November, 34. That's not bad. We're getting there. You know what happened? They wanted to get it out the way before the end of the year so they can get ready for their Christmas rush, for their November purchasing, because all the CEOs and stuff don't want to be filing this paperwork in Christmas, right? Other than 2020, year over year, these are the most bankruptcies that we've had this year, not even including the massive amount of jobless claims that are continuing to increase, especially in the IT space where everyone is willing to shed their human weight and replace it with robots. And Anagram Holdings, I don't know what Anagram is, but they provide the foil for the balloons in Party City. They're taking a loss. That means Party City has not been selling like we want to. And I know America parties. I know America goes out, does a celebration in every country. It has at least by now 40, 50 reasons to fill up balloons. But what's happened? Party City is not getting enough sales to send one of their distributors under. What is that? What's going on? You guys don't want to party, America? Come on, America. Go out there and spend to keep these companies alive. And let's not forget WeWork, right? WeWork. November 6th, bankruptcy filing. These guys were massive favorites. Everybody was touting them up. The CEO, everybody's looking at him like, yo, man, you are a trailblazer. And they're still trying to fix their issue. Instead of working from home, I'm going to work at a WeWork location, and that wasn't working. So how are they going to fix it? They're going to try and reject their leases? I didn't know that was possible. And $1 billion worth of liabilities for WeWork. That is just an insane amount. To know that you could start a company, take on loans and liabilities in the 1 billion range. And you know what? The presidents of WeWork, they got their cut. They're going to be fine. I know you guys are worried. You think they're going to be in the poorhouse. Normally, when I lose my business, when I lose my shirt, I'm on the street. I'm saying sorry to people. I'm sorry I had to let you go. I'm sorry I can't pay you back. You know, us entrepreneurs out there, us hustlers out there, us grinders out there, when we lose big, we get the shame. We get put out in the street, but not the WeWork guys. Out of that billion they get, hey, I think a little bit of that is going on the side so they can get their Starbucks. And which state had the greatest number of filings? Florida. Florida had the most bankruptcies in November, right? Come on, Florida. People are not spending in Florida. What's going on? I guess Florida is the ones that are cutting back first. And the newest bankruptcies come from California and Massachusetts. So I can expect California. California is having massive spending. I don't know about you. I need to investigate a little bit more what's going on in Massachusetts. But California, people spend, things are expensive there. Just think, a food truck, just getting food at a food truck is expensive. And I don't know what food trucks are anymore. They're not cheaper. They taste about the same. It's not really any better. Maybe something different, something you haven't seen before. But really, are you saving money? The only way you save is eating a lot of food you might not like, like oats. That's still $1 for a bin like this. So totally 33 states had bankruptcy filings. If you go look at the bankruptcy filings, it's just boom, 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 boom. And there's always companies filing for bankruptcy, but we look for the ones that we see every day that we think are big monsters that are not going to take a hit, but they take a hit and we're left wondering who's next. Who's next? You thought Rite Aid was, I never thought Rite Aid was going anywhere. Every time I walked in there, there's stuff going on. But what happened to Rite Aid? Lawsuit. Imagine your whole life, you built this business into a massive, massive monster, and COVID happens and you get hit with this massive lawsuit that bankrupts your whole company. We all thought Rite Aid could swallow a lawsuit and move forward, but they can't. Their company is in the dirt. So what does this mean, bankruptcies? It means there's companies around the corner that might be hurting that you don't know, that might be going down. Does that mean that we're at the end of a clip of an economy? I don't think so. Why do I not think so? The same reason I don't think Social Security is going anywhere. Why? Because no matter how much we say Social Security is going to end and we're going to do A, B, C, and D, there's people that need Social Security. And who needs Social Security? The politicians need Social Security. The U.S. government needs Social Security because we pay into it. We are the batteries that charge this economy, and the economy will continue to do whatever it needs to do, meaning the politicians, to keep us paying into the system. So that's the bankruptcy update for November. One more month. We're going to see who else falls into this filing, but I think everybody's just trying to get their stuff done for the end of the year. Hopefully we have a smooth December and get ready to approach, I think, what will be a quiet December. Everybody's tired from the election.